Suruga Monkey arc in the Bakemonogatari series is my first glimpse of what the show has to offer in terms of its action segments. If this arc taught me anything, it taught me that Suruga Kanbaru is one crazy So, the Suruga Monkey arc consists of episodes 6, 7, and 8 of Bakemonogatari. Within this arc, we get introduced to Suruga Kanbaru, who is an underclassman to Araragi and a former friend of Senjugahara. You guys already know my thoughts on her by now. Anyway, when it comes down to what was showcased within this arc, I was really surprised not only by the certain action sequences from the arc, but also the relationship amongst Senjugahara and Kanbaru, but I'll speak more on that in the analysis portion of this arc review. Going back to the action sequences within the arc, however, one in particular stands out, and that is the ending fight scene between Araragi and Kanbaru in episode 8. What I experienced within the last few minutes of this episode was simply crazy. I think honestly, the whole sequence in particular has got to be one of the most creative and aesthetic fight scenes in anime I have seen. The sheer ferocity of Kanbaru, seeing Araragi literally getting his guts ripped to shreds and being thrown all over the place, as well as the constant color changing background. It was honestly one of those, holy crap. This is going to be memorable moments. Also, this arc probably has one of my favorite moments of comedy within the series so far, just simply on the way it was delivered.
一番大変なことを一番最初に済ませたのだ。じゃあ、いよいよ本題に入らせてもらおうと思う。私はレズなのだ。荒木先輩は男だから今のでは少し言葉が露骨だったかな。
Also, it was pretty cool to see Hanakawa appear only for a brief moment in this arc. She only appears to give advice to Araragi on the possible relationship with Senjugahara and Kanbaru, but through the whole dialogue sequence of them talking, the animation purposely makes her out to be somewhat sinister, and this isn't the first time the show has done this, as a similar shot appeared in the Mayoi Mai arc as well. Furthermore, I also already know that Hanakawa is somehow the cat girl, as the anime makes that apparent in episode 1. However, I have no idea as to why she is like that, as so far within the show, most of Hanakawa has been shrouded in mystery, but I'm sure that I'll learn more about her once I get to the Tsubasa Cat arc. This arc's main theme seems to lean on the subject of love and how to deal with love, as well as maybe even facing our inner demons. From episode 6 of Bakemonogatari, we are introduced to Suruga Kanbaru, who is the general focus of this arc. She is a cheerful, tomboyish character that has one major standout appearance in terms of her design. Her most standout feature is that she has the arm of a beast, or a monkey in this case, which is known as the monkey's paw, that has seemed to have taken over her left arm completely. The monkey's paw plays a very vital role in the arc, and not to mention the main inspiration for this concept is based on a short story by the same name written by W.W. Jacobs, the story in which involves a monkey's paw that can grant 3 wishes. The overall theme of the story is not to mess with fate, as if you mess with fate, you might bear the consequences. In short, be careful what you wish for, as while your wish may be granted, the outcome of them might be in a cruel or even deadly manner. According to what we learn in this arc is that the monkey's paw is actually named the Rainy Devil. The Rainy Devil is a contract apparition in which grants the user 3 wishes in exchange for their soul. There are actually 3 times in which Kanbaru's wish was granted thanks to the Rainy Devil. Once where she was in elementary school, in which she asked due to her mistreatment from her former classmates for being a slow runner. The next day, it was revealed that 4 classmates were absent from school and presumed dead from being attacked by an unknown being the same night that Kanbaru's wish was granted. It turns out that the being was Kanbaru herself. The very next day, at Kanbaru's practice, 5 other classmates took the 4's place and were set to run with Kanbaru during the race. Knowing that Kanbaru needed to do something and to not rely on the monkey's paw for the fear of something else like the other night might happen again, she poured her heart into trying to become the best possible runner she could be. However, as hard as she tried, Kanbaru didn't cut it and thus ended up quitting the track team. Although, Kanbaru did find a new outlet in which she could be prideful in, and eventually found her way as the ace of the school's basketball team. Upon joining is where she soon met Senjugahara, in which the two formed a delicate bond together and provided Kanbaru with comfort, in which she no longer began to think about the monkey's paw and the incidents that came with it. Yet, there were still times in which Kanbaru did want to use the paw, including the instance in which she expressed her feelings to Senjugahara, which she was promptly rejected. Senjugahara and Kanbaru used to be really good friends. However, once Kanbaru was rejected by Senjugahara and eventually learned about her secret of her hardly weighing anything at all, is where Kanbaru wished from the monkey's paw for the second time. Even after wishing this, however, Kanbaru did not solve Senjugahara's problem. She didn't in particular. Through messing with fate, Araragi was the one who Senjugahara began opening up to after Araragi helped solve her problem. This made Kanbaru insanely envious because all she ever saw with Senjugahara was Araragi, and not herself. Thus, the temptations of the paw caved in, and Kanbaru soon found herself wishing to the paw again, simply stating, What this meant to the Rainy Devil was to simply erase Araragi from the picture. Through Araragi's death, Kanbaru would finally be able to be by Senjugahara's side, and by this point, the Rainy Devil begins to manifest on Kanbaru's left arm. Well, now you are probably asking, well, if Kanbaru was able to ask for 3 wishes and the Rainy Devil granted them, shouldn't have the Rainy Devil completely taken over her soul and physical being? Well, that isn't the case, as the Rainy Devil actively pursues the fulfillment of the wish if it is an aggressive or negative one. So according to the story, Kanbaru wished for quick legs because she hated her classmates. The other wish was to simply be by Senjugahara's side because she hated Araragi. The other wish, in which she tried to solve Senjugahara's problem, went unfulfilled because it wasn't a wish of negative intentions. This is what could have made the contract void, but you can also go on to say that by the end of the arc, because the Rainy Devil could not kill Araragi due to Kanbaru finally letting go of her hostile intentions, is what made the contract void. Because if she were to kill Araragi, Senjugahara made it clear that she would do everything within her power to kill Kanbaru as payback. This meant to Kanbaru that she would no longer be able to be by Senjugahara's side, and because of the fact that she no longer had any killing intention by this point, the Rainy Devil lost its influence over her. When the fight was going on between Araragi and Kanbaru, we see that it wasn't just the monkey's paw attacking, but Kanbaru was also using her legs as well to attack Araragi, therefore clarifying that she herself was working together with the Rainy Devil in that instant to kill Araragi. Like I said, after the fight is where we see Senjugahara put a stop to the fight, and it isn't until afterward to where we see Senjugahara begin to give attention to Kanbaru, finally allowing Kanbaru to become part of her world once again. By the end of the arc, the Rainy Devil leaves Kanbaru's left arm. However, her arm remains as it once did when the devil took over it, and in my personal opinion, is a metaphorical reminder to never give into our inner demons, as if they do, they can consume us and take control of our lives, harming others in the process. Overall, the Suruga Monkey arc was a very fun experience in Bakemonogatari, and in my personal opinion, is the best that I have seen so far just due to the surprises the arc left me with, as well as how much fun it was to analyze this arc in particular. It went from me thinking, wow, someone really doesn't like Araragi's relationship with Senjugahara, to me being able to pick up certain things that connected the arc into a much deeper meaning. If I were to analyze this arc's opening for you, I think this is how I see it. Kanbaru wishes to be a part of Senjugahara's world. She feels alone and trapped in a world that she can't be a part of. Thus, she essentially is the third wheel in this story, and she is at the crossroads. Eventually, her inner demons consume her, and it leads her to believe that she is getting closer to Senjugahara, when in actuality, she is drifting farther and farther away from her, almost to the point of being entirely cut out from her mind. To be honest with you, I know I'm probably looking too much into things, but there's a lot to say in regards to this arc in particular, and and from what I've heard, the Monogatari series in general, as the later arcs can be even more thought-provoking. But I'm very curious to hear what you all thought in particular of this arc, as well as hear your own analysis. With that being said, if you would like to see more of these videos, please let me know in the comments. Also, don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed, consider subscribing, and share this video around with others who you think would enjoy these Monogatari videos as well, as it all really depends on the reception of these videos for me to keep doing them. So if you like what you see, definitely let me know by showing your support. Thank you once again, everyone. Now, with this video finally up, it's time for me to get started on the Nautico Snake arc. I'll see you all then.